Well, hello again, and welcome to the Reformed Review. This is Pastor Kevin O'Connor again, and I have another review to do for you. This one is the Thompson Chain Reference Bible, the revised and updated version. Now, I told you in a previous video that they had a revised and updated edition. This one is the step below the premium Bible that they make in goat skin. This is a genuine leather calfskin, and it is, like I said, it's very nice. Comes in a clamshell box. Let's go ahead and open this up. I want you to, first of all, we're going to look at some of the features. Obviously, there's going to be very similar features to that are in the regular, Thompson Chain Reference Bible. But this one here is the complete text, the King James Version. This one has two double-sided ribbons, genuine calfskin. It's a 9.5 font. This one is updated from the original Thompson Chain Reference. I want to go ahead, and if you want to pause that and read any of that on your own, you go ahead and do that. We're going to look at the spine to start with. That is 4 raised spine hubs. This is embossed gold lettering, and it's laid out sideways, which is good because I lay all my premium Bibles or my genuine leather Bibles on their side. Says Thompson Chain Reference, King James, and Zondervan right there. Now, this calfskin leather is certainly pliable. I'll say it's a little stiff just starting out. It does have a perimeter stitching on it, which is nice. And it is edge lined. Has a gold gilding on the perimeter. All in all, it is built very well. I'm not going to go through every single detail of the feature of this Bible, mainly because I just did a Thompson Chain Reference Bible previous to this one, and I was pretty thorough in that one. Now, this one has a larger typeface, and as I said, there are a few changes in this one that are worth noting, okay? First of all, the color contrast in this one with the red and the black lettering, even on the beginning of this Bible, even on the beginning when you're in your opening portion of your contents page, is very nice. I love the contrast. You're able to see these bold red letters very easily. They stand right out. Now, when you get into the text itself, some things that are different, and this is very, very cool that they did this in the new update, okay? So, they've taken all the lines from the Kirkbride edition out. Now, they still kept the double column format, and they kept the references on either side of the column. But they did something really special. I'm going to try to get this close. Right here, you can see little arrows in front of these references and words. Those are beginnings of a reference chain, okay? Specifically, firmament right here. This one is the beginning of this reference chain for firmament. I don't know why it's not zooming in. We'll have to check and see if the auto is on. Let's see. Auto light. Okay. Let's try that. All right, I moved stuff around a little bit. Let's see if we can pull another reference up here and get us a beginning reference look. So right here, this word thunder, okay? It has an arrow in front of it and then the reference number. That number is the beginning of a chain of references for that subject. Now, I want you to also notice that besides gold gilding, they have red undergold. So this is art gilding. This is red under gold art gilding on a non-premium Bible. It's really nice. This paper is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 GSM. It's not a 36 GSM like your premium Bibles will be. Let me see if I can find the other feature that I'm talking about right here. Now, there's another new feature. At the end of a reference, what they have done is they've put a square behind the final reference number so that you know that that reference number is the end of that chain. I wanted you to be aware of that. This is, let me see, this is a red letter edition as well. I want to get a little contrast. I think this red letter in their edition is much better than the Kirkbride edition of the red letter. I think they did a lot better job. Now, I want to go back to the back because there's several changes in the back. Like I said in my previous video, the archaeological information is gone. They took it out. They said it's too antiquated, too out of date. So, I want to go ahead and give you a chance to look at this page, see if we can get it to focus so that you can pause it and read those. I'm going to read them to you. You have comprehensive Bible helps, principles of Bible study, methods of study, alphabetical index of topics, numerical index of topics. You have a condensed outline of the Bible, the character studies of the Bible, the harmonies and illustrated studies, Hebrew times, seasons, and festivals, KJV concordance, map index, and color maps. Now, when you open this, you're going to have a lot of the same thing. Comprehensive help, principles of Bible study, methods of Bible study. Then you're going to have your alphabetical index, which is very thorough, just like the index was in the previous edition. Now, they renamed the next section, okay? The next section they renamed just the numerical index. And this is the part that is at the main study point of this Bible, is this section of the numerical index. It is very thorough. They did a very good job of preserving this Thompson's chain reference system and updating these references in the back of here. I think they did phenomenal. This is a huge topical study section. I mean, it ends on page 1898. It began on page 1537. So you have a bunch of topical reference material. You have a condensed outline of the Bible, just like you did in the last one. Now, here's where some of the changes get. Periods of biblical history. Now, you have periods of biblical history, Old and New Testament, secular history. They preserve that. You have character studies, and you'll notice immediately you do not have any hand-drawn maps. These are all computer-generated template maps, topographical kind of maps. Then you have your character studies, Old and New Testament. Then you get back to your prominent characters classified and the meaning of their names, which was in the old edition. History of the Apostles, which was in the old edition. Messianic prophecies and their fulfillment, which is also useful. Bible harmonies. This is including life overviews, pictorial maps, and outlines. Okay, this is Bible harmonies and illustrated studies. Now, again, these are all updated maps. Some people are going to like these maps better. I, for one, think they're fine. I don't think they're better than the other maps. I frankly enjoyed the detail in the other maps, the hand-drawn maps. These may or may not be more accurate. I have not put them side by side to see if they weren't, but I doubt that there's any change in real material here or in locations here. You have the journeys of David, the journeys of Solomon, all of which was in the last Bible, okay? You have an overview of Jesus' life and harmony of the Gospels. What you're missing is the neat tree that explained all this and put it all into a visual aid to help you. What you have instead is just lots of graphs that give you dates, times, locations, and the books of the Bible, it is helpful. I'm not saying it's not helpful. I'm saying it's not as visually appealing or it's not as much of a visual aid as it is um, a a study aid, a learning aid. What's the word I'm looking for? Um, a collegiate aid, like where you have to be a learning. It's just about learning. It's not visually going to help you learn. Okay. Now, if you learn more from looking at graphs, this is going to be very helpful because there's plenty of them in here. Overview of Jesus' life, the life of Christ, and you get another graph. You have another map, and it keeps going just like it did for, the life of Paul, the life of Peter. You have all of that in here, okay? Matter of fact, did I miss Peter? Because it went from Jesus to Peter to Paul in the other one. Post-resurrection appearances. Let's see. Let's see if we have Peter, because they had Peter in the previous edition. I would be distraught if they don't have him in here. Now, it looks like they took Peter out of this one. I don't know why, but I found it intriguing that they had one in there of him, okay? Let's go back a little bit. We'll talk real quickly. You have an outline of the history of the early church. You have distances between Old Testament cities and current Jerusalem. Now, all of this is just a graph version of the map of Jerusalem that had lines going out from it that told you how far away certain cities were from Jerusalem. This is a graph showing that same thing. Again, this is more collegiate learning. This is more university type learning rather than a visual aid learner for the average Christian believer. Okay, you have a topical treasury of different topics, things that you can help you when you're leading Bible studies, prayer, devotional meetings. And then you have the Christian Workers text, which I am so happy they put that in here, verses that you need to use when you're talking to the unconverted, people who make excuses. Not today, it's too late. If God is love, then there's no danger. There's too many hypocrites in the church. It will cost me too much to follow Christ. I mean, there's so many different topics you can talk about. Verses, memory verses, aids to memorization, and it tells you what things help you memorize. And then you get to places of religious worship, which was also in the previous version. Hebrew times, festivals, and seasons. All of this is helpful. And then you get right into your King James Concordance. And then, of course, you have a couple pages, a few, 8, 10 pages for notes, maybe a few more. And then some Bible maps. And these are updated maps as well. And they're fine. They're great. They're the, Zondervan maps, Thompson, Thompson chain maps were great, but these are just as useful, okay? I don't always find myself using maps. Every once in a while I use them, so I don't make it a end-all, be-all if a Bible doesn't have maps. I will say that I love several features of this new update, okay? The archaeological evidence not being in there was a big bummer for me, okay? The hand-drawn illustrations not being in there was a huge bummer for me. But I will say where a chain starts and to know where a chain ends in this topical reference system is very helpful. It's very useful. And I think the way that they've updated the back portion of this, where it's easier laid out, more easily laid out in some ways, makes it more appealing to a modern reader. I do think they're shooting themselves in the foot without the archaeological study evidence. But, like I said, that's for another review. I still haven't reviewed that. I'm going to go look and see why they say the archaeological evidence section was antiquated and out of date. But I haven't done that yet. I will eventually do that. I haven't done it yet. But if you're looking for a good update of this Thompson Chain Reference Bible, in the comfort print with, a better layout, better red letters, better reference points, I would say. This is not bad. And for the price to get a edge-lined calfskin Bible, raised hubs on your Bible spine, which really help for protecting the spine and keep it from bending. And, you get your red under gold art gilding, you get good paper, you get a great Bible. For the price, it's bar none, it was worth every penny. I think I gave around $60 for this Bible, which is not that much given all you get with the Bible. I loved my old Thompson chain reference. I was really happy to get the updated Legacy edition, even though I only got it in hardback. This one here, the updated, revised, brand new version of the Thompson Chain Reference Bible, I'm intrigued to get into. I'm probably gonna use it weekly. I'll probably be referring to it quite a bit. I certainly didn't grow up enjoying the Thompson Chain Reference Bible, but I told you before, I didn't really understand how the reference system worked. I tried to use it like a regular reference Bible, but it's not. It has a system of reference study that you have to familiarize yourself with for it to be very useful. And once you do, that's great. So if you're looking for a King James Thompson Chain Reference Bible, you won't go wrong with the updated, revised version. Now, they do come in NIV, they do come in NASB, and they come in New King James. So and ESV. I forgot about that. So they come in all of those translations. Whichever one's right for you, grab it and read. God bless you.